Hi, welcome to Mind, Body, Spirit Synchrony, where we'll explore ways to help improve your physical, psychological, and spiritual well-being. It's all about balance. Today we're going to get into the healing power of forgiveness, a path to liberation. In the landscape of human emotion, few acts carry the transformative power of forgiveness. This profound psychological and spiritual process does far more than simply absolve others of wrongdoing. It fundamentally reshapes our relationship with pain, liberating us from the invisible prison of resentment. Forgiveness is not necessarily an act of benevolence to the offender, it is more transformational for the forgiver. It is the forgiver that really benefits. While the one being forgiven may see some benefit, should they choose to acknowledge it. When we examine forgiveness closely, and the healing it provides, we discover a profound improvement in our minds, bodies, and spirit. It takes work, but the rewards are substantial. Here's 10 benefits regarding forgiveness. Mindful clarity. Forgiveness dissolves time boundaries in remarkable ways. While resentment keeps you anchored to painful moments from your past, forgiveness allows you to fully inhabit the present. This temporal liberation means you stop repeatedly reliving old wounds and can experience life's current moments with clarity and openness. The psychological phenomenon of rumination diminishes as forgiveness takes root. Rumination keeps us bound in past events and is a core source of anxiety. Anxiety and stress kick off a number of events that lead to the detriment of our physical health. Emotional intelligence. The practice of forgiveness cultivates emotional intelligence with each challenging instance. The challenging work of releasing grievances requires deep self-awareness and emotional regulation. Each act of forgiveness strengthens your capacity to navigate complex feelings, ultimately enhancing your relationships with others and yourself. Physical well-being. Your physical health benefits from forgiveness in measurable ways. Negative emotions like anger, anxiety, and stress take a toll on your body, raising blood pressure and heart rate. The discomfort of conflict with someone you care about creates tension. Forgiveness brings welcome relief. Medical research increasingly confirms the connection between chronic resentment and inflammation, immune suppression, and even cellular aging. When we forgive, our bodies often respond with noticeable relaxation of chronically tense muscles and improved sleep quality. Forgiveness fosters neurological renewal through biochemical pathways. Research shows that the act of forgiveness activates regions of the brain associated with empathy and compassion, while quieting areas linked to defensive responses. This neurological shift creates new neural pathways that support long-term emotional resilience. With each act of forgiveness, we literally reshape our brain's architecture toward greater equanimity and peace. You are doing so much holistic preventative medicine when you forgive. When I take the route to forgive, and it can feel like 500 miles of bad road with bad scenery, at the end of that road is a serene state of mind and a relaxed state of physical being. The bad road is behind me. I relax and enjoy the sunset on the beach with the warmth of the sun embracing me. I've let go of control and bitterness. This is a good state to be in. One, closure and completeness. Forgiveness creates closure and allows the mind to relax. Dispelling ruminations, other possible outcomes, seeking revenge or hoping something bad would come to your transgressor. All of these points contribute to an unhealthy mindset, negative physical impact, and spiritual loss. Taking on forgiveness doesn't mean a continuation of relations with your offender. It may mean staying in relation, but with boundaries. It also creates a space displacing resentments and allowing for new connections and renewing current relations. Forgiveness allows a closure for the offensive event. 1. Honor our humanity. The capacity for forgiveness honors the complexity of human experience in profound ways. When you forgive, you acknowledge that people are multidimensional beings capable of both harm and goodness. This nuanced perspective allows you to separate actions from the whole person, creating space for both accountability and compassion. We easily make decisions and take directions based on our own emotional history. Recognize first that we, inside of ourselves, respond histrionically. And such responses are at times offensive to others. This deeper recognition about ourselves can open a pathway to empathy for others. Embracing empathy, we grow emotionally and mindfully, and allow forgiveness to begin. 1. It is contagious. Perhaps most powerfully, forgiveness is contagious in the best possible way. Your capacity to forgive often inspires others to examine their own resentments. This ripple effect can transform families, workplaces, and communities as the practice spreads from person to person. Many who witness genuine acts of forgiveness report feeling moved to address their own unresolved conflicts, creating cascades of healing that extend far beyond the original act. 1. Intergenerational impact. Forgiveness breaks intergenerational patterns that might otherwise persist for decades. Many families pass down habits of grudge holding and bitterness across generations. When you choose forgiveness, you interrupt this cycle, creating a healthier emotional legacy for those who come after you. Children who witness forgiveness learn this vital skill through observation, gaining emotional tools that may serve them throughout their lives. I have someone very close in my life that has chosen to hold on to resentments, bitterness, and anger. It cut up a close family and the scars remain 30 years on. Imagine carrying 30 years of not being able to let go. On a final note, don't dispel the thought that there are spirits working around you to defile you and tear you down. We are both spiritual and physical beings, surrounded by a spiritual battle.
Everywhere I go, they be like, hey yo Nick, how you love her like that?
1. Provides mental clarity. The mental energy consumed by maintaining resentment often blocks creative flow in surprising ways. When you forgive, you free up cognitive resources, allowing innovative solutions and fresh perspectives to emerge in all areas of your life. Artists, writers, and problem solvers of all kinds often report breakthrough moments following significant acts of forgiveness, as if mental space has been cleared for new insights. 1. Generates gratitude. Forgiveness deepens your capacity for gratitude as an orientation toward life. As you release grievances, you naturally become more attuned to life's gifts, rather than its disappointments. This shift in focus cultivates an appreciation for what is present and good, rather than dwelling on what has been lost or damaged. 1. Spiritual connection. The spiritual benefits of forgiveness include developing compassion and moving forward, not forgetting the past but allowing it to be as it is. The past, it represents a choice toward kindness, goodness, and inner peace. Being a Christian, I recognize as Christ told us to forgive and he set the example. It is for both receiver and provider. The provider of forgiveness is able to extend love and grace toward others. Further, the provider is able to be rid of unhappiness and yield to greater, overall better health. It becomes both a gift to others and a path toward personal transcendence. Forgiveness reveals your inherent strength in unexpected ways. Many mistakenly view forgiveness as weakness or surrender. It is so far from that. It is a chance to control the monsters around us that want to see us attack and battle with the people around us. I do not in any way proclaim that forgiveness is easy or maybe even a little difficult. At times it's like having teeth pulled with no Novocaine. Painful, stressful, and seems never ending. But once the tooth is extracted and a couple days pass, the old rot no longer hurts. It's a distant memory, and that's it. The pain recedes and no longer affects me. I've had to go this way myself, and having been through some hardships, I can say that forgiveness has provided much serenity, clarity of mind, and cleansing of soul. But how to do it? First, recognize what you can control, and vengeance is not it. You can control your own mindset and peace. For me, I put it to prayer and ask the Holy Spirit to take me where I don't really want to go because I won't go there on my own. Try it, just trust the process. In doing this, there's a revelation on what caused your offender to behave as they did. This creates empathy that you never thought you'd have. This is vital to forgiveness. By understanding the offender's history, it opens a pathway to empathy. This is never a justification for behaviors, it's more of a verification that the offender is not able to control themselves and why that might be. Along with that, account for your own feelings of pain, desire for revenge, and bitterness. Then consider how each of those points impact your physical self, that is, anxiety, short breathing, heart pumping harder, muscles tense, headaches, lack of good sleep, ruminations. Now imagine if you let that bitterness subside like it's not there. How are you feeling then? Serene, peaceful, like a downstream paddle on a sunny day watching eagles soaring and beautiful bluffs rising filled with cedar and pine trees. Last step is to understand this doesn't mean that the offender gets to do it again or that they got away with something. You can then decide they may need to be disposed out of your life and not cross paths again. Or you establish rules of future engagement and hold firm to them. You may speak with the offender and let him, her, know what happened was offensive. You're not happy about it, but you choose to forgive. Here, forgiveness means not using their action as a cudgel for beating them down in future engagements. The practice of forgiveness. The journey of forgiveness often begins with the self. Many find it impossible to genuinely forgive others while maintaining harsh judgment toward their own mistakes and limitations. Self-compassion creates the emotional foundation from which forgiveness of others becomes possible. This practice of extending kindness inward creates the template for extending it outward. Through forgiveness, we reclaim not just our peace but our full capacity for living with open hearts in an imperfect world. Well, that's what it is for now. Stay balanced in your mind, body, and spirit. They all work together, defining who we are. We are better balanced when we give equal time to each. We hope you enjoyed this discussion. If you did, please help us out by giving a like and add us as a subscription. Keep in mind, life keeps coming at us. The dirt roads are rough, but the scenery is great. There's something good in it all. Enjoy the ride.